Good day, good day. It's the Prairie Banana for a presentation on TitanX. If you're new to crypto or you're new to TitanX, you're in a good place to learn about this unique and so far very profitable project. I'm going to take a quick look and see who we have in the chat. Is anybody going to show up today? I'm good either way. Let's see here. Let's go over some housekeeping. Okay, so put your questions. If you have a question, hit the all caps button and type in your question. And I will try to keep an eye on the chat. Let me get that pulled up, actually. Let me get that pulled up and so I can see what's going on. I'm also paying attention to live viewers today because I haven't been paying attention to that. I'd like to see how many people are attending live. So far, no one, and that's fine. This will be on my YouTube channel, and so people can benefit. So I'm just going to move forward. Is the music too loud or soft? So the very first one of these, I had this same track playing in the background. It was a little too loud. I dropped it by just about half. I like to have the music, and some other people like it too. I did order a new, I'm just going to chat while people perhaps jump in. I ordered a new microphone so I won't have to wear the headset, and I got one of those things that will hold it too. So as long as I can fix it to this desk, it should work good. So as you're coming in, I see we have 3, okay, including myself. I think I'm included in there. So let me know, guys, if you caught the good news. The level is fine. Cool. Thank you, Jeremy. Did you guys catch the good news? It was on, I think it was on Crypto Kindness's stream with Jake Wednesday. Somebody asked Jake a pointed question, and it's some rather good news. Let me know in the chat if you guys know what it is. Like this channel and subscribe to my channel, please. I am really, of course, I'm interested in building a channel, but more importantly, I want to use the channel to help people in crypto, mainly crypto. I'm a crypto fanatic. Right now, I'm really focused on TitanX. So, but that's the goal of the channel, to help people acclimate to this incredible ecosystem. Not only TitanX, but others, because we don't know what might be around the corner. None of what we're going to talk about today is financial advice. Who knows what I'll just go ahead and tell you. Okay, so we're going to read in the TitanX white paper that miners were getting, it started at 3,500 T rank bonus per day. 22. I just spoiled it. It was supposed to start at 2,200 TitanX per day for a max power miner. Excuse me, but it actually started at 3,500. So we're getting more for our miners than we initially thought, like almost 2 times more, which is great. It kind of explains the incredible T rank bonus that we've all been experiencing. Hold on. All right, guys. 4 people in here. Thank you. I really appreciate you showing up. Like I said, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. And if you know people, if you're onboarding people, refer them to my work. The goal of this presentation is to just give you a quick shot in the arm, get you up to speed. Then you can jump into Telegram and get the rest of your questions answered, or you can join, Crypto GRFX. He does a master class. Then you can join that and really get into the nuts and bolts. But this is just designed to get you up to speed on TitanX. We're going to cover today security, TitanX, what it is. We'll read through the white paper because everybody needs to read the white paper, but we're not going to read the whole thing. We're going to review some excellent sites that you can use for tools. We're going to discuss a few strategies. review some calculators that I've built, and then we'll wrap it up. And if you're one of those people that like your collar bothers you, oh good, it's down. All right, cool. My collar was turned up. All right, guys, let's do it, man. I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to get. Before I share my screen, let's talk about security. In crypto, we are the bank. There's nobody between us and our crypto. And we need to be very, very, very cognizant of that. And so I advocate having a hardware wallet. And I prefer the Trezors. I like them because they have a little button that you can press. I've tried this is a Model 1. I've tried the Model T, which is more expensive, thicker and heavier, and it has a touch screen. I don't care for that. I like the cheap Model 1s. You need to have a hardware wallet so that you're transacting off of your computer. I recommend having a crypto-only laptop if you can do that also. When you're transacting, I recommend, and I am still trying to make this a habit, but when you're transacting, say your transactions out loud. You know, there's a reason that airline pilots and other pilots, you know, say their movements and what they're doing in the cockpit out loud, because it's very serious, whatever they're doing. The same is true for crypto. We saw a guy early this week. I think he did 40, I think it was yesterday. He made 40 100 power miners for a day. I'm sure he's very disappointed. Probably lost some sleep last night. So say your transactions out loud. I don't recommend doing crypto on a phone. Get yourself a hardware wallet. And if you have any questions about security, there is plenty of resources on the internet for that. So that's it for security. If you have any questions, please put them in all caps. Okay, I'm going to share my screen, and we are going to cover the Titan. Well, still, I want to tell you about what Titan is, just briefly. It's a first cycle token, which I am much more excited about first cycle tokens than second cycle tokens or third cycle. It was developed by Jake Sharp. Follow him on Twitter. The code was audited 3 times. First time, the auditor found 6 bugs. The second time, the auditor found 1 bug. It was an easy fix. The third auditor was heavily incentivized had the most incentive to find bugs, but found none. Jake launched the contract on the Ethereum blockchain on the 28th of October, and it has been running flawlessly since. If you have any more questions about the project or Jake Sharp, that sort of thing, jump into the Telegram group or ask on Twitter. Okay, now I'm going to share my screen. Add to the stage the white paper. Let me get it set just right. We're going to cover virtual mining, ETH distribution, the daily update, and staking. So virtual mining, just a moment. And thank you, by the way, for showing up. I really appreciate you guys being here. And let me know if I'm doing it. What do you guys think about the background? I mean, this is like the real Prairie Banana in his office. So I thought I'd give it a try. It's like, this is like the real me, okay? Virtual mining, guys. So we're going to read the white paper, not all of it, and then we're going to move on to some other stuff. This is the boring part. Just hold tight. Okay, in Titan, you create your own coins, and you self-custody those coins. When you go to the mine page, which I will show you, you can specify the number of days you want to mine for, and the number of power you want your miner to have. The number of days you pick, from 1 day to 280 days, and the power you choose determines the amount of TitanX you get at the end of your miner. If you have questions, put them in all caps. And here's the formula, okay? So the mining cost formula looks like this. I'm really not going to get into this too much. There is a link on the DApp where you can read this in more detail. Miners can be created in 2 ways. This actually, the third one here does not apply, at least as of yet. You can create a single miner, or you can batch mine. especially if you're batch mining, be very, very careful that you're doing the correct, what you want to do. Like a few weeks ago, I wanted to create like a 40 or 50-day miner, and I made it 280 days. Not like I was super disappointed, but I made a mistake. So it'll all be good, but it just, it just illustrates that I need to be extremely careful, because when you commit to a transaction in crypto, it's permanent. Batch mining. So this will allow you to automatically create up to 100 miners at a time, saving you the hassle of having to create miners individually. This also uses the contracts miners function to create your miners for you. So the outcome is the same, just multiplied by whatever number of miners you batch create. I'm going to try to remember to highlight this stuff. Now, this is the exciting stuff right here. Morning, gentlemen. Zibar, it's good to have you here. Drip Dap African. Good to have you. And yeah, guys. So this is where everybody gets exciting, right? The bonuses. Yes, right now the bonuses are crazy. So we are all getting an early adoption amplifier, and it's going to go down to 0% in 350 days. Started at 10%, and it's going down every single day until day 350, which is going to be October. It's going to be October. There's a burn bonus multiplier. So you can get up to 8% extra on your new miner if you burned 80 billion Titan. This bonus starts at 0% for new wallets, and the more they burn, the more they get, up to 8%. This is a reward burner. This is to reward burners and acts like a loyalty program. Now, here is where everybody gets super, super excited. T-rank bonuses. When you create a miner, you get assigned a T-rank. You guys can see what I'm reading here. I'm trying to remember to highlight. You get a T-rank on that specified miner. This T-rank determines where you start mining, or where you start earning rewards from. As people start miners after you, they give your miners extra bonuses. This T-rank bonus starts at actually 3,500 TitanX per max power miner that starts after you. So if somebody did like a 1 power miner, there would be 35 TitanX after you. In essence, this means you get rewarded for helping bring adoption to the ecosystem and helping it grow. Like this. So I am inviting you to start miners. I'm inviting you into TitanX, and you're going to help everybody that started miners before you. And then people coming after you are going to help your miners, right? See that? So if someone starts 100 power miners, you get a higher T-rank bonus. If someone starts 1 power miners, you get the same T-rank bonus divided by 100. And there's the formula. Mining power explained. Mining power determines how much TitanX you get per day in your miner, and also determines how much ETH your miner costs. So if you have 100 mining power, you get the full current Titan mineable per day. If you have 1 mining power in your miner, you get 1% of the full current Titan mineable per day. Note, the actual cost per Titan token you get at the end of your miner moves linearly, meaning that a 100 power miner and a 1 power miner have the exact same cost per Titan. The 1 miner just gets a lot less Titan at the end of the miner, cost the same. So if possible, just do a max miner. It's easier to manage. No benefit of doing smaller power miners at all unless you don't have enough Ethereum for a max one. And I have several miners that probably more than half of mine are less than 100 power, just because I like to. Yeah, I need to mention this in a strategy. Hold on a second. I gotta make a note here. Hold on. Just bear with me. Okay. Penalties. Thank you, D Maxon. At whatever end date you specify when creating your miners, you can claim. I've done it once last Sunday. It was a joyful day in the Prairie Banana's life. After that day, you have a 7-day grace period in which you can claim your miners and not receive any penalties. I did mine immediately because I wanted to compound. So you can literally let them go for 7 days without a penalty. But during this time of high inflation, I don't know why anybody would do that. I would, put that yield to work right away. That's just my opinion. So after the 7-day grace period, you enter the penalty zone, which looks like this. If you're 1 day late, you lose 1% 2 days late, 3%, and 3 days late, 8%. Due to blockchain data rating limits, each wallet can have at maximum 1,000 miners and 1,000 stakes. If you want to create more, just do so on a second or third wallet. Pretty simple. Also, a good reason to do max miners if possible. It's easier to manage, keep track of, no extra benefit in doing small ones unless needed. Yeah. Mining ETH distribution. We have these two sections after this, and these are smaller. These are all smaller. That was the biggest section. Mining ETH distribution. This page talks about the ETH that people use to create TitanX miners and what the TitanX protocol does with it. To mine TitanX, people use Ethereum plus time. The Ethereum gets given back to the users in a variety of ways to support the ecosystem growth as seen below. And this is where it gets really good, okay? Because when you start a miner, you got to have ETH. And that ETH gets used for this ecosystem. It doesn't go to Ethereum miners. So 62% of the Ethereum gets sent to the decentralized buy and burn smart contract to buy. And what this contract does is it buys TitanX. It uses that ETH to buy TitanX off the market via the WETH TitanX pair, and it burns it. It sends it to a null address or burn address. And then 28% of the ETH goes to the payout cycles used to pay TitanX stakers based on their number of shares. So 62% goes to buy and burn TitanX off the market. 28% goes to the payout for TitanX stakers. 7% goes to the burn pool used to pay out TitanX burners based on how much they burned. And 3% goes to a Genesis wallet. It's all done through smart contracts that users call and interact with using their own private keys. There's no central actor, authority, individual, group, or company doing any critical work whatsoever. It's completely decentralized, owned, and ran by the users interacting with the smart contracts, deployed on the globally decentralized network called Ethereum. 2 more sections. Now we're going to get into some images here. For every new day that ticks over in the contract, these variables get updated. The ETH cost for miners goes up, and this is where you're going to see here, right here, how mining becomes more difficult. So this token is, right now, it's in a period of hyperinflation. Okay, but we're quickly going into a period of like hyper deflation. And here's why. The ETH cost for miners goes up 0.08% every day based on the day before. TitanX mineable per day of mining goes down 0.35% every day based on the day before, and it mimics the Bitcoin for your having. The T rank bonus goes down 0.35% every day based on the day before. You notice I'm using that keyword based on the day before, so it like the very first day, between the first day and the second day, was the largest decrease. Okay, follow that? Then the share rate goes up 0.03% every day based on the day before. So this means that it always becomes harder and more expensive to get Titan for every day that passes. The general rule for staking and mining is today is always better than tomorrow. And here are the start and end values of Titan. Here are just some illustrations that illustrate how difficult it is to how it's becoming more difficult to mine Titan. So the ETH cost to start a max power miner started at 0.2 ETH. We're going to see in the calculators how that's increased a little bit. So the ETH cost per max power miner at the end is going to be 1 ETH. So here is 0.2 and here's 1. And here's where we are. That's where we're going. So by about day 2000, it's going to cost an entire Ethereum. And mind you, the price of Ethereum, the value of Ethereum is going up. So now's the time. Supply mineable per day of mining is going to decrease from, it started at 8 million on day 1. It's going to decrease to 800. Wow. 8 million and rapidly decrease to 800 by, I don't know, a couple thousand days, a few years. But T rank bonuses amounts, minimum and max. T rank bonuses started actually 3,500. We really need to change this white paper. It started at 3,500. Yeah, somebody saw it in the code and brought it to Jake's attention. I don't know. I guess it was just an oversight in the white paper. So it started at 3,500. It's going to go down to probably 0.35 in a short period of time, which we can see in my calculators, which I'll show you toward the end. The share rate minimum and maximum, and if you want to get that pulled up, it's in the note, the show description. The share rate minimum and maximum. So this is the number of TitanX you'll have to buy to create one share for staking. So it's starting at 800 and it's going to end at 2,800. So now pay attention. To make things simple to understand, here is how this works. The cost to mine one TitanX moves up 55,000x. The cost per miner in Ethereum gets 5 times more expensive from 0.2 to 1. The TitanX per day per miner goes down 11,000x from 8.8 million to 800. Combined together, that's a 55,000x price floor increase on the cost to produce one TitanX. 55,000x. Since the share rate moves up 0.03% every day as well, from 800 to 2,800, that's a 3.5x increase. This, plus the thing above, means the cost to produce one share in staking goes up 55,000x times 3.5, or 192,500x. It's not a price prediction. It's just the fact that X's are built into this code. So you guys would find that interesting. Last section, guys, staking. You stake. So in a lot of protocols, when you stake, you earn the same token that you stake. In this one, you earn Ethereum, which is great because we all have transactions. At least many of us have transactions that we need to take care of on the Ethereum blockchain. And the price for using that blockchain and the security thereof is you got to pay a gas fee in Ethereum. So we're going to be earning Ethereum on our Titan stakes. How cool is that? So when you stake, you earn, quick look out my window. You earn Ethereum in certain payout cycles. We're going to cover those here real quick. Share rate goes up every day. Minimum stake length is 28 days. Max is 3,500 days. And all share bonuses cap at day 2888. Okay, so that's where all the bonuses cap 2888. But there's nothing wrong with going to 3,500 days. That's the maximum you can do. Minimum is 28 days. So the rolling payout cycles run every 8 days. So every 8 days, 8, 16, 24, forever. Every 28 days, 90, 369, and 888 days. And here's where that ETH comes from. So if you go to, and you see, let's go back and I'll review this real quick. So remember, 28% of the Ethereum goes to the payout cycles used to pay TitanX stakers based on the number of shares. 28%, okay? And here's where that 28% goes. It goes to, okay, remember the payout cycles. ETH is distributed, 28% of that 28% goes to the 8-day rolling payout, 28% to the 28-day rolling payout, and so on. All the way out to 8% goes to the 888-day rolling payout. And this never stops. These cycles will pay out forever as long as people participate in the protocol, and 28% of the ETH flows into the payout cycles for TitanX stakers. Yes, this also means that sometimes 2 payout cycles can trigger on the same day. And we're going to talk about a payout cycle in October that's going to happen in October. That could be pretty juicy, and I've got a strategy for that. Shares. When you stake your TitanX, you get shares in return. The number of shares you get depends on the current share rate at the time of your stake plus the bonuses. The longer pays more bonus. So the longer you stake for, the more shares you get, up to 350% bonus at day 2888. After day 2888 length, the bonus stays capped at 350%, but you can stake up to 3,500 days to earn as much yield as possible for as long as possible, as shares only get more expensive and harder to get over time. The bigger pays more bonus. The more TitanX you stake in a single stake, you get up to 8% extra bonus on your shares capped at 100 billion. The number of shares you have compared to everyone else. This is the last section, guys. Thanks for sticking with me. The number of shares you have compared to everyone else determines your percent of the ETH payouts. For example, if you have 1% of the shares, you get 1% of all the payouts. And you can see on the DApp, I'll try to remember to show you how, how much is in those payout cycles. Penalties. You pick a date for your stake to end. When you start your stake, try to end the stake on that day. If you're unable to on that specific day, you have a 7-day grace period to end your stake in which no penalties will be applied. Stakes are not allowed to be ended before 50% maturity. And if stake is ended after 50% maturity, but before they're actually mature, you'll lose 50% of the Titan, and that gets sent to a dead address, and you get 50% of the Titan staked back. If a stake is not ended for 1 week, which is the grace period, after the end date, you'll lose 1% of the Titan per day until 99% is lost after 100 days. Yay, we're done with the white paper. Let me check the chat here. Yeah, let's go TitanX's. X's, heavy on the X's, right? Good morning, relaxed vibe. Simon Black, good to have you in here, man. What a nice giving us all this helpful information. Yeah, you're welcome, man. Wait till you see the calculators. I think I've seen you in here before. The last stream, the last time I did this was December 26th in the morning, and we had some kerfuffling going on, man. I mean, my computer, it was my fault because I didn't do maintenance. Today, I did maintenance, so hopefully everything runs smooth. Thanks, man. Relax vibes. Yeah, this is good stuff, man. I mean, I wish I had access to some of this when I first started in every project. It'd be nice to have somebody, and that's why I'm doing it. That's why I'm doing it, because it's good to have somebody walk you through some of the stuff. Okay, what are we doing here? Let me pay attention here. We went through the white paper. Okay, now we're going to talk about, we're going to go over the DApp, guys. Let's go over the DApp. So when you go to app.titanx.win, Nicholas Blue, oh, gotcha. Gotcha. Cool. Here's the DApp, guys. App.titanx.win. And we're just gonna go through over all these tabs, okay? But it's not gonna take long. When you go to the site, this is what you're gonna see. Here is like the main mining page, okay? And we're gonna cover all this stuff. Well, not all of it, a lot of it. Okay, if you were gonna create a single miner, of course you'd connect your wallet. My wallet's connected. And you would select the length. And we're going to review some stuff to help you select the length. But let's say you're going to select a 100 day, 50 power miner. Now notice the numbers over here change. Okay. Watch, the mining power is going to cut by half because this is going to cost half the ETH. Okay. It estimates for you the number of Titan you're going to earn, the cost, the market value, like the immediate now value of that TitanX right now is $983. So cost to start, miner value, ROI. Here's the market price of Titan right now. Global T rank for this miner would be 225,186, and you're earning 6.4 million Titan per day. This is your early adoption amplifier right here, 8.2%. No burn bonus amplifier. And the next difficulty increase is in 16 hours. So that's just when the clock rolls over and you'll get less TitanX, less adoption amplifier, and so on. Okay. If you wanted to create a batch miner, then you go here and you do that same thing right here. If you're going to do 100 days, 50 powers, I don't know why you would necessarily do 50 power, do 10, 50, or I think you could do up to, maybe it's 1,000, I'm not sure. Batch miners. I've done this like one time. I've had the privilege of making a batch miner. That was pretty exciting. Day 37 here. Yeah, guys. Been in since day 33. Still enjoy stopping in YouTube streams. See the vibe. Yeah, I'm telling you what, mate, we got a good vibe in this community. Okay, so let me show you. I'm not going to show you all my stuff down here, but I'm going to show you a little bit. So when you create a miner, you're going to have Make sure you scroll down. When I made my first miners, I'm like, where are they? Scroll down, silly. So this one here has a T rank of 7,262. It's a max miner. Started on day one, and it's going to end on August 3rd. It's already almost 23% done, mature. Here's the estimated TitanX, and then my T rank bonus. The cost was 0.2, and the value is there. ROI is here. I can share this. We're going to get more into that. And then you can, there's a tab here for claimable miners, right? The ones that are ready to be claimed, and then ended miners. Here's my one ended miner that I ended last Sunday. It was a 22-day. I'm just going to show you guys real quick. 22-day, 50 power. That was the cost. TitanX 82 million. T-rank bonus 168 million. So I doubled in just in T-rank bonus. So I claimed 250 million, and it's done. I made some other miners with it. That's it for the mining page. Let's look at the staking page. I'm going to flip wallets because I do have one tiny stake that I did as an experiment. Excuse me. How many? Oh, we got 23 people in here. Wow. That's pretty exciting. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe. Here's my one little tiny stake, but let's go over this this page first. So you can select your stake amount. You got to have the Titan in your wallet, obviously. So if you're going to stake 9 zeros, going to stake $1 billion for 3,500 days. How come that didn't work? Oops. It's not going to let me. I'm going to stake 1,000. It's not going to let me stake. It's all right. We do that later. But anyhow, it just shows you all the TitanX in your stake, and then you start it, right? Pay the fee. Boom. You're starting. Here's my one little stake. It's a 3,500 day. I started on November 1st, so like the first week. It's going to end in 2033. It's 13 million TitanX, just a teeny one, guys. Like I said, I just wanted to see how this works. So there's my stake, and the payouts actually on this stake, I got $111 claimable. And here, on the next day, so we just finished an 8-day payout cycle. So we just started it, and the next one's already up to 27 cents. Woohoo, right? The 28-day payout cycle is up to 657, and so on. So on day 888, I'm up to like $8. Got $8 waiting for me a couple of years from now. Okay, and then you just click here to claim it, and I really need to do that. Here is the buy and burn. So we have a V1 and V2 buy and burn. Prairie Banana is not the best at explaining how these work, but basically what happens, this is the grease for this entire system. What they do, remember when you start a miner, 62% of the Ethereum goes to buy and burn TitanX off the market. These are the guys that do it, V1 and V2. They accomplish that. Let's go over to some tools. Stats. This is a beautiful page. So we have a very nice pie chart here. We only have like almost 7% TitanX in existence is liquid right here. And almost 4 trillion is staked. And 6 trillion, over 6 trillion has been burned. And you can click on these and remove them if you want, which is pretty, I don't know, I just like the graphics. I think it looks cool. And then over here there's all the stats also. And the global T rank right now is 225,000. We started at 1. Okay, that is, did I go over? No, I don't need to go over that. Okay, if you want to see the white paper, click on docs. You can share everything in this, not everything, but live, you can share live data about TitanX. Not only your miners, but how do you call it? Contract information you can share on your social. So let's just pick one down here. Let's go. I'm going to click. There's currently 1.782 ETH in the rolling 28-day TitanX payout pool. That's what I was going to show you that. Oh yeah, let's go back just 1 second. Where's that? The burn pool. Where was that? I was going to show you guys something. Maybe it's in the buy and burn. I'm confused here. Hold on. Yes, here it is. So the next 28-day payout cycle has let's just call it 1.8 million in it of Ethereum. And the 90-day payout cycle already has like 4.8 million sitting in it. So when you stake, you get a part of that. It's pretty cool. Let's go to, where was it? Here we are, share. So what you can literally do is click on one of these and drop it on your socials. Okay. Remember, when people come in behind you and start miners, they're puffing up your bag. So let's be active on socials, right? And here's a calculator. Here's the staking. So this is basically the mining calculator. And here's the staking calculator. So if you were to stake I always do a billion. I don't know why it defaults at a million. But if you're going to stake 1 billion TitanX for a max, 3,500 days, this would be your payout in the next 8 days. This is going to increase for the next 7 days. And then you would get that amount. So the next 28-day payout cycle is already up to, $500 and so on. But, a billion Titan is going to cost, I want to say like $3,000 to $4,000. So you can basically spend $3,000 to $4,000, stake it, and like mid-January, make $500 back. That is pretty sweet. I don't think anybody would disagree with that. Now we have 3 Dune charts up here that we need to review, because you can use these. You can use these not only for your strategies, but just to see the health of the ecosystem. I'm on this Dune chart like way too often. Kudos to Mike Dean for developing it very early on. And he's had some updates on it just yesterday. So we're on TitanX day 64. There are 224,985 miners, 11,800 unique users. There was 42,000 ETH spent to create all the miners. And I'm not going to read everything here, but look at the unique users. Okay, we're up 46% in unique users, and that just means wallets. Some people have multiple wallets that they're using. Like I have 2, my staking wallet and then my mining wallet. The unique users over the last 7 days is down 14%. But listen, we had, this is a very slow week between Christmas and New Year's, self-explanatory. And we're up 175%, 174% over the last 30 days. So growth is, I want to say it's off the charts, but that wouldn't be necessary. That wouldn't be true. It's on the charts right here. Okay, here's the total miner starts by day. So the biggest day was day 2, and we have yet to pass that, to exceed that. And then we had a little bit of a lull, and then we just we were off to the races, man. And I think that's where we're at right now. This was last Friday, I want to say Thursday, Friday. We had a lot of miners being started, and so our T-rank bonuses were just crazy. And here was yesterday, and here's today. This rolls over at 5 or 6 p.m. my time. I'm on Mountain time. So we're definitely, in my opinion, going to exceed yesterday's miner starts. I'm just going to scroll down here a little bit and listen, guys, we'll talk strategies a little bit more, but like if you were going to do a short miner so that you could recycle it, compound, you wouldn't want to, have it end February 25th, which is a day of high inflation. You can see all these miners that are coming out on that day. Why wouldn't you either do it here, February 23rd, or here? Because the price would tend to, drop during a day of higher inflation, because people can do whatever they want with their TitanX. Once it's mature, they can sell it, lower their price, or they can do whatever they want, right? Just give me 1 second. Good morning, Rain, man. It's good to see you. Germans. Yeah, man. If you have questions, drop them in the chat. Oh, if you have questions, put them in all caps. Caps lock, type them in, and I'll answer your questions. 2 more of these. This one shows you the buy and burn. So this is it. This is unique because as the value of Ethereum goes up, right now it's like 2,300 bucks. If it does a double, you'll be able to follow this. If it does a double, it can buy twice as much TitanX. Same is true if TitanX goes down by half, then the Ethereum in the V1, V2 buy and burn can buy twice as much Titan. You follow that? Okay, so like the price has been going down. Meanwhile, the buy and burn has been going up because the price has been going down. Price ticked up a little bit yesterday, so not as much was burned. I find that very interesting how that works. And you can see the V1 and V2 buy and burn distinguished by color. There is one thing I want to show you on this page. I think there's more than one. There used to be just one. Interesting that this gentleman added an ROI section over here. So here's day 60. And then if you just hover over here, you can see the percentages of ROI. If you do a 10-day miner, your ROI would be about 78%. And I don't believe that this is taken into account it does. It says with the T rank. So that's projected with the T rank. That's very interesting and valuable. But the shorter you go, the more risky it's going to be. I'm just going to say that out loud. There's something else. Also on this, and there are links for all of this, for all these tabs in the description of the video. And this one right here, I just want to show it to you because it has the total TitanX mintable over the next 280 days, because you're going to need that for one of my calculators. 2 more tabs, then we're going to talk strategies. Here's a calculator you guys can use, and honestly, I admit I need to watch this video. It's like 10 minutes and watch and see how to use the to add the T-rank bonuses to this calculator. I just keep forgetting to do that, but here's a resource for you guys. And what this one does is it estimates for you not only the mineable Titan, but the T-rank bonus as well. So very useful tool. And this one's probably everybody's favorite. But is it going to work for me? We've been breaking TitanX.watch. It's so good. I love the colors, of course. Everybody loves the colors, but the data is really good. And you can literally put your own wallet address in here. Like you can see your miners. You can see your miners and how many there are when they mature and all that stuff. Okay. But I don't think it's going to work for me. It's really funny. And follow this guy on Twitter. I don't know if I have him in my list of people to follow on Twitter, but you guys should follow him. All right, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. 27 people in here. Boy, what a day it'll be when I got 100. All right, guys, strategies. Let's see, before we do that. Good morning. The white paper breakdowns. It never gets old. Really cool. I could not believe what I was reading. So glad I got on board this TitanX train day 1. Yeah, man. Congratulations. Anybody that was here day 1. I was following Jake Sharp on Twitter, and he read a book titled Reality Transurfing. He recommended it to me. And from what I know about that book, and I'm reading through it right now, but from what I know about that book, anybody that reads that and recommends it and has read it multiple times has got my attention, which is why he had my attention when he's like, he's doing a project. All right, I'm going to be there day 1. So, yeah. Guys, strategy. Let's talk strategy. I hesitate to use the word recommend because none of this is financial advice. So I'm just tell you what I'm doing. I am doing a combination of long-term and medium and short-term miners. I like to spread them out. Why? Because I don't know what's going to happen. Nobody knows what's going to happen. So I would say that 2/3 of my miners are out. Probably more like half are out long, 280 days. and then I have a few sprinkled out in the middle for medium term, and then I have probably a third total of my mining power is short term, like 30 to 50 days, somewhere in there. What I've done, I learned this from Crypto King, is I've spread my miners out. Like, instead of having a batch of miners ending February 15th, I spread them out between, February 1st and February 30th or February 29th, whatever, right? Why? Because, I mean, the TitanX price is always moving, and there's a chance that you can catch a pump, right? And so that's why I've done it that way. So I spread them out. What do you do when they mature? Well, you got some choices to make. Okay, number one, you need to end it on time, and then it's going to be sitting in your wallet. Now what? You can hold it, but you can also do some things with it. You can take profit. You can take a third profit. You can stake a third and then restart some miners with a third, or you could start miners and with 50% and stake with 50%, or you could just put it all back into miners. It's totally up to you. There's nobody looking over your shoulder telling you what to do. If you mine short, this is what comforts me. Like, if I mine short and get wrecked, well, only wrecked in perspective of price, because I still have that TitanX. I can wait for the price to recover and then swap it for Ethereum and make new miners, or I can stake it, right? Just take advantage of that staking pool. There is an idea going around that you could not claim because you have 7 days. You have a 7-day grace period. But if your goal is to recycle miners, I mean, why wouldn't you claim on time and then swap for Ethereum and restart miners and just get right back in line, creating those juicy T-rank bonuses? That's what I'm doing. Now, there's some strategy with staking as well. Like, we know that Hyper's coming out, and we're going to be able to burn TitanX stakes for Hyper. So in a sense, we're going to have liquidity with our stakes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make multiple stakes. Like, why would I take, if I had a huge bag of Titan, why would I stake it 3,500 days in one big bag? Because if I wanted to burn some stakes for Hyper, I would have to burn that whole bag. What if I don't want to do that? So I'm like, break it up into like 10 different stakes so I can have that liquidity. All right, now here's a little bit of theory, guys. I got this off of a Twitter. I got this idea off of Twitter. I was driving, I had to stop and write this down because I was like, oh, I cannot forget this. This is so good. Okay, we're gonna have a big payout cycle coming up, and I'll show you my calculator. In October, we're gonna have back-to-back 8-day payouts. We're gonna have a 28-day payout, a 90-day payout, and the first 369-day payout. We're gonna have 5 different payouts within like an 8 or 9-day period. So what you can do, this is a pro tip, okay? I'm planning to do it. I'm gonna make a few miners by January 14th, because this would be the end date. January 14th is the end date to do a 280-day miner that would end before that payout, that wave of payouts, right? So that's what I'm going to do. And then after 280 days, you would have the biggest bag possible, and then you could stake it, right? And then you would be participating in that huge wave of payouts. All right, guys. All right. Let's see. What do we got here? Review my sheet. Let's see. Let's hear the question. We got a question. How can we turn back time and I'll get in day one? Very funny, dude. You got me on that one. Yeah, man. Everybody would love to go back in time. Listen, I have a friend that doesn't live far from me, and he got in on day one. He did a 1-day miner, and then the next day on day 2, if I got this right, did he do it? Either he bought Titan. I think he bought Titan on day 1, and it shot up. I mean, it just, if you look at the chart, it shot up. And on day 2, he sold it and started miners, and he took his profit. So he probably has several $100,000 in mining power completely on the house. And there were some other people that did the same thing. Congratulations to them. But yeah, that wasn't this guy's. I didn't know how to compound. I didn't know how to do all that strategy stuff. All right, guys, let's talk about, I'm going to review my sheets here. I'm going to show you my calculator. So let me get this set up here and I'll present my screen. I really need to make this a video so you guys can just click on the video. But I'm going to run through these tabs real quick. See if I can move this. All right. Here's a staking yield calculator. So the purpose of this is to illustrate the power of staking. So I built this on December 16th, and I'm going to leave these figures in here because they're like a snapshot in time of the staking. What you do is you use the calculator on the app. It says right here, use the calculator on the site to get the payouts and put them in here. So, okay, for my spreadsheets, headings and titles and stuff are in green. Inputs are in orange, and blue is the outputs. So you can put your date here if you want to just use it as a record. You can make you can just copy this and make multiples. However much you're going to stake that you put into the calculator, the number of days that you put into the calculator, and this is going to show you the number of years. I'm going to change this so you know how many years. 3,500 days is almost 10 years, 292 months. And what it's going to do, and you got to put the the payouts from the calculator in here. And what this does is it shows you the number of 8-day payouts, 28.90, and so on payouts. And then if this did not change, which it will, it says right here, these are very rough estimates. It doesn't include bonuses. If this does not change, then you would receive 438 8-day payouts for a total of, let's call it $62,000. So on for a total of 394,000. And then I broke it down into annual yield and then monthly yield. Next one is Plano Miner. Follow Mike Dean. I have his permission to use this. Follow him on YouTube and Twitter. Here's the contract days. And I want to show you the, I'm going to speed up to October. I'm going to show you October. And then I'll come back to the top of this. Hold on. I want to grab this before I forget. So here's the 360-day payout. And this is the time period I told you where we're going to be getting, 2 8 days, 28.90 and 369-day payout. So you'd want to be staked here. If you mine. If your miner ends this day, you will not participate in these two. You want to end your miner right here the day before, and don't take my word for it. Do your own diligence and math on that. Okay, here's the miner cost. So we started at 0.2, 8 million mintable per day, early adoption, T-rate bonuses, and the price per share. And that was on day 1. And already, this is mainly for new people. Already we are down to, it's costing 0.21 ETH per miner. Excuse me, and you get 6.4 million. Man, guys, by like August, I think we're going to be down to 3 million TitanX per day. And then EAA is down to 8.2. T-rank bonus is 2,800. And then the share increase. So that's where we're at on that one. T-rank bonus per week. Like what you can do, I built this to track my own T-rank bonuses. So just plug your T-rank bonus in here. And then the next week, plug it in again, and it's going to show you over here the dollars that you're making. But you got to put in the price at the time. Okay. Freedom calculator. A lot of guys are really like this. So, we all like to be financially free. That's our goal. Some of you guys probably already are. Congratulations. But what's your freedom number? Remember, inputs are in orange. Put that in here. If your freedom number is $5,000 a month, put that in here. Expense. So this will calculate your expenses for 3 years. Why 3? Because you want to get through a bear market. And you can change these values up here if you want. That's number of months. Crypto portfolio value now. What's the value of your portfolio? Let's just say it's $50,000. How much you'd like to skim off the top to re-enter the next bear? Because you want to exit at the top, maybe not all, and then re-enter at the bottom of the next bear cycle. So that, let's just say you wanted to enter the next bear with $1 million. If you could, what would you like to invest in other assets? Let's say you want to diversify. You want to get into something like real estate. So you want $1 million. Okay, then here is what you need to exit the top, to pay expensive for 3 years, invest in another asset class, and re-enter the bottom. 2.18 million. And I have a note over here, consider taxes. So your portfolio would need to 44x. Okay. That's just a cool calculator you guys can use. There is a link to the sheet in the description to the video. Music is creepy. I aim to find some new music. Look, guys, I got this from Crypto GRFX. Follow him on Twitter and YouTube. But this is what you can do with this calculator. You can just put in one of your minor information. And the key metrics you got to put in are the percent of completion and the T rank bonus and the estimated TitanX. And what this is going to do, I'll just tell you, if you take the percent complete and divide it by the T rank bonus that you've already accrued, it's going to give you the projected T rank bonus. So, that's based on the trend, right? So it's not like you are going to earn that, but if it continued the trend, that's the T rate bonus that it would give you, that you would potentially earn. And then what it does over here is it adds it all up for you. Adds if you continued, and the T rank bonus, and then the estimated. Okay. Now this is a fun little calculator. Remember I told you you're going to need this number. You get this number from this tab here. There's that 124 trillion. Plug it in here, get the total staked from the DApp over here, and the total liquid from the DApp again, and it'll add it up for you. And then your total mintable stake liquid TitanX here, and it will give you your position. And I like to look at, let's say a guy has 100 billion coming to him, and then he's a 0.777 or 0.0777% of the supply. He owns that, right? So the way I look at this is that's a dolphin position. I look at that as this guy would be holding 7 dolphin positions. That's just how I look at it. And then we're going to review. I don't think I want to do that yet. Need to move that. Here's a 100x calculator. So you put in the current price, the value. No, I'm sorry. You put in I need to change this one to orange. You put in your bag here, and then guys, been on stream for an hour and I'm getting tired. You can use this to estimate the value of your Titan, at certain X's. And I will do some work on this so you know right where to put the numbers in. But it's going to show you in X's like 100x, 250, 500,000, and 10,000. 10,000 is getting a little bit crazy, but who's to say, right? And then the recycling tracker. Now this is, if you like to really get into numbers and track things, I built this little recycling tracker, and I know I'm going to lose a bunch of you guys here, but just bear with me one second for anybody that would be interested. So here's the template, so you can just ignore that. Round 1 is whatever kind of miner you're going to start with the intent of compounding. So round one, and this is just how I named it. Round one, let's say it was a 50 power miner for 22 days, and he just put in all the information right here. And this was an actual one of mine that I ended, which you see which is why you see the actual values here. Round two, so I was able to make 3 miners with that out of that one. And so I called those round two, but they came from round one. And I'd input everything right there. And say, for example, when this one matures, then I'm going to make a round 5, and I'm going to put 2 in brackets. Okay. I know I probably just lost a bunch of you guys, but if you dig this kind of stuff, then you are welcome to use this or create your own kind of compounding tracker, because what the idea is, I want to be able to see the power of compounding TitanX in black and white. It's one thing to say, hey, I turned my $1,000 into $100,000. That's great. How'd you do it? I want to see the mechanics. So as long as I can keep up with that, I'm going to, but it could get out of hand real quick. You can see. And let's see, hold on a second. Let me look at my notes. Do you have any other questions? Any other questions? The music is creepy. What music? I turned it way down. Okay, review my sheet. Hold on a second. Okay, I want to review the tools before I wrap this up. We're almost done, guys. 2 more sections. All right, follow these guys. If you're on Twitter, follow me, Jake Sharp, Crypto Kindness, Mackenzie. She puts out a lot of good stuff. Plan A. Plan A has been doing Twitter Spaces. Jump on those. They're excellent. Steve at Crypto GRFX does a master course. It's excellent. He's a very patient, kind, intelligent teacher. Join other people on Telegram. There's a link right there. YouTube channels that are covering TitanX, Crypto GRFX, Mike Dean, Crypto Audie King, Smooth and Crypto, Honest Crypto, The Genuine Real Mo, The Verse, and Crypto Pride. He's a new one. What he does is he reads Twitter posts. And that's where I got the idea to start some miners to have them end before October 20th. So thanks to Crypto Pride. And here's a link to the Dune Charts, useful stuff. The TitanX.watch mining calculator. The Jake Sharp, before we launched, Jake did an overview of the white paper. If you want to see that, that's been a very popular video. Link to the DEX screener. There's a link right there to buy a hardware wallet. Forgot to say, only buy them from the manufacturer. Never buy them off of Amazon. Here's a link to the spreadsheet that I use in this video. Recommend installing a MEV blocker. I did it. It's very simple, so you don't get sandwich attacked. And there's my tip jar. That's it, guys. Pretty much. I want to wrap up, but don't quit yet. I have a couple of closing thoughts. You're welcome, Rayman. I appreciate you coming. Closing thoughts. Be sure to take profit during the bull. A lot of people didn't last time, and they quit their job, bought a Lamborghini, and then they, didn't sell enough and got wrecked. Install that MEV blocker. Focus. We see it all the time. How come the price is going down? When is the price going to go up? Don't worry about price. Focus on accumulating, and you'll thank me later. Make reminders for your stakes and your miners. Delay send an email, physically write it on a calendar, use a Google Calendar. Get the word out on socials and tell your friends about TitanX. We want to be careful to not be too pushy, but this is an opportunity that if people in particular are already into crypto, they might want to, put a little bit of the portfolio toward this. Telegram. Oh, in order to get to the Telegram group, you don't necessarily want to plug that in. You could end up into what I call a snake pit. So the best way to get into the Telegram is to bounce off the DApp that I showed you guys. Start a Twitter. Get on Twitter. Start a stream. If you have any inkling that you might want to become a streamer, do it. Watch videos, any TitanX videos, any crypto videos. Watch them to 70% so that it'll increase the algorithm. and then that channel will get more viewers. Join Steve's masterclass for a few $100. I mean, you can literally, for less than the cost of a miner, you can get a lot more information in his class than what you got here today. I'm planning to do this with the attendance like it is, guys. I'm going to be doing this class again next Saturday, and I might even do it in midweek. And let's see, Eric, review the list of tools and actually YouTube itself. Yep, I showed you guys the tools. Guys, we're done. Have you got any closing questions? We did it in an hour, which was my goal, an hour and 5 minutes. But like the video, please. It's a really easy way to tip me, and subscribe to my channel. Send this video to anybody that you've been trying to get into TitanX, or anybody that's just starting out. And I think that's it, guys. I'm saying, can you make a tutorial? Hold on. Can you make a tutorial video on using an MEV blocker while claiming payouts on miners? Wow. Yeah. I'll do that for you, man. I got to go to work. When I come home here in a couple hours, I will record a video for you, Jeremy, and pop it onto my channel. So watch for that. Happy to. Smash the like. Thanks, Rain Man. Appreciate you guys, really, sincerely. And we'll see you again next time. Legend. Bye, guys. Have a great day.